Have you checked the children?
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Happy New Year, everyone! Welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Susie Von Slaughter.
New decade of horror. I'm Jaime Fuego.
I'm Marcia Parker. But
What? She fucked up her own name.
Marcia Parker.
There you go.
Susie.
All right.
There we go.
All right, guys. So we are here to do our top 3 most anticipated films of 2020. That's why we are airing this on New Year's Day, so that way you guys know what to look forward to. And even though it might not necessarily reflect exactly what our top 3 are, we tried to make sure that each of our 3 was a different 3, so you could at least get the lay of the land for 12 new horror movies coming up in 2020. Why don't we go ahead and do ladies first, and you start with your number 3.
So my number 3 is going to be Purge 5. And that's because...
I don't even know if that's been given an official title yet.
That's not as of yet.
So that they just they confirmed that it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it doesn't matter to me. I love these movies. I love the franchise. So the Purge movies are one of my favorite franchises that have come out. So I'm really excited to see what they do with it since they've already gone the spectrum. So what can they do next? Hopefully it's just more kills, more excitement, better soundtracks, and just, I don't know, more death traps. I'm excited for it. So.
Have you watched any of the TV series? Because I have not.
I tried,
Oh.
but it's sci-fi.
I watched the first episode of the first season, and I'm gonna like, oh, if we're gonna take this long to get into everything, I don't care.
Yeah.
No, just go to the kills. That's all we care about. All right.
Fuego, you're number 3 without touching on any that you were possibly considering that didn't make the cut.
Yeah, so as far as notable, I don't know. Yeah, I will go with Cecil's constraints here. Oz Perkins.
Constraints.
He's like,
give me your top 3.
I have some
rough
notables
constraints.
that I am like.
No notable. I know. He
we're
always
all
does
gonna
this.
note it.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
3.
Yeah, and I
Number
mean,
3
honestly, there
only.
are a lot that all of them are going to mention that I'm
Here
very
comes
curious.
the red carpet.
That they're very curious about. So number 3, Oz Perkins, who is the son, ironically enough, of Anthony Perkins. He directed Blackcoat's Daughter, and he's an esteemed horror director. This is his 3rd film. He has a film coming out called Gretel in Hansel, and it's like an R-rated looking. We don't know if it's going to be R-rated, but it's at least like a proper dark take on that popular fairy tale.
The actual Grimm's Brothers
Yeah,
story.
exactly.
The
Stuff
actual stories. It's
Yeah,
not even...
those actual, as opposed to the Disney-fied versions and stuff like that, like never as compelling as when they get to the dark roots and the nastiness. And I mean, this story at its heart is nasty because this witch she's been eating children. And I mean, what could be scarier than that? Some old nasty woman who eats children. So I don't know. I think it's in good hands with Oz Perkins,
You're
and
revealing yourself.
I'm totally up for that. Although it was right in line with Colorado Space.
God damn it, Jaime.
I'm cutting it out. Everyone pause. Susie, you're number 3.
My number 3 is actually, speaking of children, it's going to be The Turning. That's, for someone who has children, many of them, I will be putting my children in kennels tonight because that shit, no. It has Will from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolfhard.
Yeah, and that kid can be creepy as fuck.
And not being nice, like that trailer, like he's a little creepoid in it.
Yeah, totally, like banging on shit. But I mean, that was behavior I see in my own children anyway.
That's why I figured you'd like this one.
Yeah, so that is going to be my number 3.
So that's going to go to my number 3, which is going to be Underwater, starring K-Stu.
Yeah.
So here's
She's
the thing.
great, dude.
She's actually just like Robert Pattinson. She has pigeonholed herself because of those damn Twilight movies. She's actually not bad. She was really good in American Ultra. She unfortunately doesn't have the track record that he does, but she still can be very talented. And I think she looks good in this role. So Underwater is the movie I'm talking about, and this is one of those deep sea Leviathan, Abyss kind of movies, but with a giant creature.
Deep Star 6,
attacking them.
dude.
Deep Star 6, exactly.
I love Deep Star 6.
Love those kinds of movies. It's a group of people in a deep sea station that starts getting attacked by a giant creature and compromising the integrity of the living space down deep below. TJ Miller is in it, and he's generally a really good comic relief, so I am on board. And the fact that they actually, I didn't look at it, but they released a still shot of the creature that we get in a recent teaser. I refuse to look at it too. I want to be surprised. I love creature movies. I love water movies, and this is combining them, so that is one of my most anticipated. And it's funny, literally all 3 of my most anticipated this year are creature movies, which makes sense for me. Yeah, it does. It does.
I'm in the same boat with this man. Take it
So,
easy on
Marcia Parker, number 2.
So my number 2 is gonna be The Conjuring. The Devil made
The
me.
Conjuring, the
Yeah.
devil made me do
Wait,
it. is
he's
what
not
it's called.
directing it? But if it's not James Wan.
Yeah.
Nah,
Well,
I'm
Let her
still
talk
excited.
about her choice.
Yeah, I'm
You
still
sons of
excited
bitches.
for it because I love the Conjuring series, whether it's James Wan or not. I mean, it's sad to hear that he's not doing it. But at the same time, like the Warren family and their escapades are always really exciting to watch. I love the supernatural. I love watching the ghost stories and the things that kill you when you can't see them and they're gonna kill you.
I hate
It's
that.
a horrible thing to think about, Marcia. That gives me nightmares at night.
That's the
That's
scariest
why creature
part.
movies are the best.
I definitely, my favorite thing is movies where the things that are gonna kill you, you can't see it. I just love it because you can protect yourself.
There's nothing more scarier than that.
No,
No.
except floating children. That's I don't know. Floating children scare me.
Yeah, so it's an interesting kind of dichotomy because of the fact that there's the things that I know could kill me that I can stay away from, and then there's the other stuff that could kill me that I have no escape
That's
from.
why I don't give a
Yeah.
shit about serial killer horror movies. I'm like, that doesn't scare me.
Those guys
I'm in
aren't
Arizona.
scared of that,
I have
but
guns. I'm good.
And listen,
that you do now.
those guys aren't scared of that. I think it's different for women though, because I mean, when I think about it, I'm like, I can easily get overpowered. I am not very strong in the arms. I kick them
Dude, you're a
on the,
badass. I
but
think you could like some little schlumpy.
I'm really
fucking
good
guy.
at survival only because I can like trip people and run
Oh,
away.
bro, you could shrill the shit out of
Yeah,
anyone
I was
that
about to
comes
say
into your
there are so many little idiots.
I'm usually
that would
walking
come
around with
in
knives,
that, and then- yeah, you would.
Fueguissimo, numero dos.
All right, so numero dos. Despite the fact that I was not impressed by the trailer, I was sick when I watched it, and I watched it like 2 days later, which was the Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer. By the time I got around to watching it, it felt less like Ghostbusters and like they were doing something drastically different. But Jason Reitman is a fantastic director. I mean, Thank You for Smoking, Juno. He is a terrific director, and I'm really wondering what he is going to bring to this particular
Son of
franchise.
Ivan Reitman that
Yeah.
made the original.
The father of the franchise, you know? And so, yeah, that's where with Finn Wolfhard and
All the originals are back,
Okay.
except
And-
for the one that's dead.
Okay.
But
So
that,
it's on
but
the
well,
original-
in Harold
is this
Ramis,
a-
we don't know.
Does
Or
it
not
have the
Harold
ladies
Ramis.
too, or no? Is
it
this
does
The
not.
Honey I
No,
Shrunk the
this
Kids
is-
guy isn't necessarily back either.
No, ladies. This is disregarding
This is-
the ladies.
okay, it's
attempt,
disregard-
so
Oh
to
yeah, it
speak.
disregards 2016.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
sad.
exactly.
Did
yeah,
you? I
did
didn't
too.
mind it either.
I did
I
too.
thought it was-
liked
I
I
just
loved
watched the
it.
extended version. And I was like,
I bought it. Yeah.
I'm glad this wasn't the version in the theater, but it was still fun enough.
I
Yeah.
thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but
Fair,
it's like
fair.
basically like younger Ghostbusters, like Paul Rudd
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, and so they're like doing their own thing.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
The trailer didn't do it for me. Honestly, it didn't do it for me. But I'm very excited about the possibility of
Yeah.
this film and just
You're right.
everything that it could be. I'm pumped. You know, I think it's in good hands.
Well, I
So-
mean, to the fact of when we talk about the 2016 one, I thought, like a lot of people did, like this is gonna be garbage, and it blew my mind when I watched it. I was like, this is really, really good.
It
I'm
was a
glad
lot
I
of fun.
watched it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, did you want to?
Sorry, I'll let you.
Next.
All right, your deuce,
Oh my
Susie.
god. my
Last Night in Soho.
Okay, so that is a very good choice.
You're right.
Thank
A lot of
you.
people might not know about this, so
right.
explain to people why that's so cool, Susie.
I'm totally on board. There's no trailers out there for it, but with the reputation already that's out there with it, I'm
Wright is
super
pretty-
excited.
Yeah,
No,
no.
I love Baby Driver, man. I thought Baby Driver
Baby Driver was
so
amazing.
much fun.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
Edgar Wright
fantastic
behind
soundtrack.
horror
I mean,
is always.
That's my deuce.
I
Yeah.
understand, even without a massive amount of knowledge of the movie, just putting your in right we trust. Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah, if she didn't pick it, I was gonna pick it because of the fact
Well, you
that
didn't.
I have not. Well, and I purposely didn't because of the fact that I still see. I mean, man, this guy is a hefty director of immense
Well, his
prominence.
size doesn't
and-
really matter. That's rough.
Poor Fuego, he's getting them from all sides.
Yeah, I know. No, but I mean, Edgar is great, and he has shown very much like a Rian Johnson, aside from Star Wars, the fact that when he like stays in his own like playhouse and
Like
just
Pee-wee's?
kind of exactly. Yes,
Oh, they're already doing that one.
Paul Rubens, shout out, yo! Yes,
All
we
right,
have
so
lots of
my
very
number
good
two.
It's so creepy.
My number two.
two.
My number two is going to
What's my
be
number
the continuation, the John Krasinski directed A Quiet Place 2.
Yeah, so we all seceded this to Cecil, basically.
Yeah, I called it right out of the gate because I loved A Quiet Place. Creature movies, as you guys know, are my favorite horror movies of all time. A Quiet Place was my number 2 of the year that it came out, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe number 2 or number 3.
Bacon.
It's also
Miss
an
Bacon.
In-Flame song.
Miss Bacon.
But it was fantastic, and we didn't know technically at the end of that movie what was going to happen because there was a bunch of creatures coming in on Emily Blunt and her kids,
So
and
badass.
what was going to happen, and then all we know is we saw a little brief teaser where it shows Emily Blunt and her 2 older kids, not the baby, but her 2 older kids about to step off of an established path. That's all we've seen of A Quiet Place 2.
We know the track record with babies.
I'm so excited though, but even without John Krasinski, so he's able to focus. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yo, when she had that baby in that bathtub and didn't make a noise, I'm like, bullshit. I've had 2 natural childbirths. No.
Oh, that part. Well, but the fireworks were going
That just
off
like
too.
points out how
the fireworks were
hardcore
going
she
Yeah,
off.
but
was,
the
right?
shit was in the house. It was
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
Maybe you guys are just loud birthers. Did you ever think of that? Oh shit! Oh my god, the amount of
You can't say
glare
that. You
I
can't
just
say
felt
that.
off of 2 women. Holy shit!
Okay.
That
I-
might have just been laser sword status.
I love these 2 women as bestest of friends.
Woo!
You better back up,
Woo!
man. I mean,
All right.
I'm gonna get one of those birthing things and put it on you, and I'm immediately gonna put it up to 10 to giving birth. And we're going to film it. And you think I'm kidding?
We're
What
gonna
if
put
I'm
it.
like,
We're gonna put it directly on your balls.
Yes. Okay.
I've seen. Haven't they done
All
that
right.
on like TV?
All right, but no,
shows?
Yeah.
straight up. A Quiet Place 2, I'm very excited
It
about
looks
it. I love
awesome.
that. Creature
Yeah,
movies are
it
my
looks awesome.
favorite, and this was one of the most fantastic original creature movie ideas that has come out in recent history.
Yeah.
So to see it extended, and not just extended in the VOD stance, where it's like, let's continue that, but who cares about the original cast? No,
Exactly.
it's John
Oh, yeah, I
Krasinski
hate
at the
that.
head. It's everyone else. The same actors are returning.
Because we
I
know he died.
absolutely
Yeah,
love it.
spoilers.
You had to do it. Marcia Parker, you're number 1.
So with my number 1, I actually got to see a trailer for this, and I probably wouldn't have chosen it if I didn't see the trailer. It was for Invisible Man. It looks so incredible.
Yes.
And just off the chain. I cannot wait for this
Off
movie
the
to
chain?
off the chain.
Damn, that's
Off the
you know she's
mall.
serious.
Chain.
It
Yeah,
does
so-
look really good.
Do you like the Hulu series, right? The Handmaid's Tale or whatever?
Yeah.
Which has that same girl.
Yes. She's a phenomenal actress. Like everything that she's been in, I have enjoyed immensely. She's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, I haven't watched Handmaid, so I can't declare other way, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's on top of the lake is really good too.
Oh god, I'm remembering it now. The Invisible Man. That looks so
Yeah, it
so
does.
good. And
Well, it's
she's
an Invisible
so
Stalker
awesome.
film, yeah.
And it's R-rated, and it's the guy who like
Lee Whannell.
Lee Whannell.
He
yeah.
made Upgrade,
Yeah, he
as
made
well as was a
Upgrade,
part
couple
of
the Saw
Insidious
films
and all.
and
He works with
Saw,
James
yeah.
Wan on all those pivotal
Yeah, he's like
properties.
a protege of his.
Yeah, it just feels like if you're gonna do an Invisible Man movie, this is the way you want to do it. It is actually terrifying and just so creepy. Talk about things that is somebody's trying to kill you and you can't see them and stop them. That's amazing because it's a real person. It's not like a ghost. It's not
Yeah.
paranormal. It's a person you can't see that is stalking you and is going to murder you.
Yeah, and
unless
actually
you
do
can
a
be
physical
smarter.
harm.
Yeah, and it just looks so much fun. It looks like
It looks so much.
it looks like it's gonna be so much fun to watch. So I'm really excited to watch.
Yes.
Fueguissimo, you're number 1.
So a lot of
Touche.
people will be surprised. A return of Zack Snyder to a zombie film intrigues the hell out of me because Army of the Dead, which is going to premiere on Netflix next year, This actually was something he had in mind immediately after the original remake. Yeah, so my number one is actually the fact that Zack Snyder, man, the guy who did a readaptation of something that I personally contend is better than the original. Yes, all you George Romero lovers hate me, but I think the Dawn of the Dead remake is actually better. In that regard, I got to talk to, Mr. Romero at one particular point, but nonetheless, I think that what Zack did before he segued into the superhero genre, when he had James Gunn writing a script for him, that is my favorite zombie movie. A lot of people, they laugh as I contend that, but that is in fact one that I will continually just make my affirmations towards. And Army of the Dead, which is going to be coming to Netflix sometime next year. They still do not have a specific day that is lined up, but I mean, Batista and lots of other smaller indie actors. I'm just really curious to see what Snyder in his return to just full-on horror. What do you guys think about this property? Anybody?
I think it's a good choice because Zack Snyder really rechanged the landscape with his Dawn of the Dead, with his shot choices, with his crazy, visceral, running zombies right off the bat. Like, he really
made Romero mad.
Yeah, he killed everyone with that Dawn of the Dead remake. That opening, 10 minutes is really amazing.
Sarah Polley is terrific in that first 15 minutes. Man.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about his return too. And I'm gonna step in real quick and say that some of us had to call some audibles. We're literally trying to make sure we cover the most movies coming from 2020, so there's some variation on just how excited we are for each and every one. I just want to make sure we cover as many as we can. So even though this might not technically have been Fuego's number one, it's the best one that I think is good for him to bring up, because everyone should know that this is coming. Not enough people
I'm really
do know
excited
about
actually
it.
about all mine, so.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, that's a good segue. Susie, what's your number one?
Oh, okay. My number one is the new Saw number 8, The Organ Donor.
Yes.
Let me just say this. Samuel L. Jackson and Chris Rock. Boom. In. Done.
That's all you needed.
That's it. That's all I fucking needed. There's no trailer out there, but then finding out who's in. Yes.
I have no idea where that's gonna go. I mean, all I can think of is,
Right?
I'm a bad motherfucker. And
Yeah. What the fuck
Well,
you
it's-
think you're doing, motherfucker?
That's the thing. It's only called The Organ Donor as of right now. It's not
Yeah.
called Saw The Organ Donor
Right.
or anything like
Yeah,
that.
it's
It's
gonna
just
have a-
because they're trying to separate it, I guess.
Knowing
Right.
that both of them are in it,
I agree with you.
if you're gonna do it, just do it.
I'm in it. I don't even care that there's a trailer. I don't even care if I see the trailer. I'm gonna see the fucking movie because that is going to be fucking magic.
Get that Saw away from me, mother.
I'm so excited.
Which
Where
I'm
do these
like-
snakes come from?
Get these mother
Oh,
snakes out of this Monday to Friday torture device.
No, I'm super curious for the sheer fact that, I don't think Jason Blum or, all of these prominent people would have given the green light to an idea to actually put into production if Chris Rock, who apparently this is based on an original idea that Chris Rock had for the Saw franchise. He was like, I have this idea that we could make
No,
it
he's
into a
like,
Saw
I have
movie.
this idea.
Let's just I got this idea. We're gonna make it into a Saw movie, and that's what they did. And I'm very curious about this, even though, dude, I haven't watched. I was even revisiting with Catherine some of the scenes from Saw 2 where the needles, and she was ready to throw up because she was so sickened by
They're so great though. I
Masters,
love
yeah.
all the
When they're
Saw
done
movies.
well,
Yes,
yeah,
it's
they commit.
repetitive.
They
yeah,
really do. With the practical and with just the predicaments and the situations, God, so many are frightening. And
Give me so many
upsetting.
All right, and that's going to lead us all to my number one, the final one that is the most anticipated of 2019. Definitely my most anticipated, and no one else is here by any stretch. So my most anticipated is
What an
Antlers.
asshole.
For 2019,
Oh, 2020. Fuck. Marcia got me. She got me.
He ain't cutting that.
All right,
He's not
so
cutting that.
I won't bother. I
Yeah.
won't bother. I didn't take a pause.
I tried talking about this before him like a butthole, and he's like, "No, you're not
Because
taking
you would
that."
throw out
He's like, "You're
Amber's
not
is
taking that
actually
away
my
from me."
favorite. And
So
it's
what we're gonna do, we're gonna
Alright.
pause at that part,
No,
and it's gonna
no.
be Cecil's head and
This is
Marcia's
the
head
stuff
and
people
Susie.
actually
Point
really
your
like.
bitch.
Yes, yeah. So nonetheless,
really
the
like it.
point is, at least two of us are really excited about the Guillermo del Toro produced Antlers movie.
So bald.
So it is
man.
a creature movie that looks like it is going balls to the walls and crazy. And I am on board for that. The Ritual is the last one that I can think of that really did this.
Netflix film.
Yeah, another Netflix film that's fantastic. I actually got the soundtrack that's a part of my holiday vinyl haul that you guys will be seeing in the very near future. But I really, really enjoyed that movie and movies like it. So this seems like it's going to be up that alley. It's going to be slow and methodical, but also really creepy and creature-ish. And again, produced by Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
So, you know, that name in and of itself is a gold star.
Yeah,
Like Samuel L. Jackson?
Dude, if he puts his stock
fair
in
enough.
something, man, I mean, he doesn't mess around. You know, I don't love every single thing that he does, but they're all well shot and supremely produced and just impressive from a visual standpoint, even if the story is, you know, debatable as far as how great it is. And I even contend that with his Oscar-winning film. So, you know.
So yeah, that's going to do it, guys, for our top 3 most anticipated of 2020, with a little bit of, you know, maneuvering here and there to make sure we cover as many films as we can. So thank you guys very much for watching. Let us know in the comments down below, which of these movies are you most anticipating? Give us your top 3 in the comments down below. There's actually a few more that we didn't even talk about. I have the list right here just so I make sure I hit it. So we had A Quiet Place 2, Underwater, The Turning, Fantasy Island, the horror version of that is done by Blumhouse. Invisible Man, The Organ Donor, the Candyman reboot. None of us touched on. Although all of us are on board for.
Yeah.
So Candyman reboot, Halloween Kills, another really big one coming next year that just aren't on our top 3.
We'll get a lot of hate for that.
The Grudge reboot, early in January.
Right. Which looks dope.
Hey, do you know what else is in
Lin Shaye,
in January?
R-rated.
My birthday. It's the 10th, guys.
Oh, so the day we're seeing Underwater. We'll be busy doing something else. The Lodge, which you said, did you watch The Lodge?
How have you seen that already?
I saw
Did you
I
get
saw
a
a movie
screener
called...
of it? Because
No.
that's the
Watch
only
the
way you could
trailer
have seen
for
it.
No, I saw a movie called The Lodge.
Okay. We believe it.
Cecil's like,
It's probably just not the movie that's coming
It's
out
probably not
next
the
So
same.
if, a movie that
what I
Fuego
was like, wait,
mentioned that
I've
I had to
seen that.
cut out is Color Out of Space.
Yeah.
That is the Nicolas Cage movie that's also coming, which is directed by a guy that hasn't directed a movie
Richard
in
Jenkins,
many years.
Yeah,
man.
that
He
looks
has
so
not.
Richard Stanley.
Oh, Stanley.
Richard
Yeah,
Stanley.
sorry,
Richard
guys.
Jenkins.
That looks
Jenkins.
weird.
Richard
Yeah.
Jenkins.
And then
Nicolas
Brahms, The Boy 2. Marcia is what I would have thought #1 most anticipated.
Oh, yeah.
Well, The Boy was your most anticipated of that year.
It was,
Yeah, but
and then I
boy,
watched
she-
it.
Yeah, and then she
Yeah.
put it on
Love
like one of-
that.
I
Love
think she
the
put it on
sassy
one of
stance
her
to it
worst
was.
of the
Then I
year
watched
that
it.
year. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. And then finally, this one I thought would be interesting for all of us. Fear Street, based on the R.L. Stein book.
Interesting.
So R.L. Stein,
By that
very
point-
much in the Goosebumps.
What rated is it?
You know, obviously
it
same
rated,
thing,
is it?
but it's
Is it
supposed to be a
rated
more
R?
adult version.
No,
If it's rated R, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
It's PG-13, I'm pretty
Oh.
sure.
Oh.
I mean, by that point,
That's
I
adult.
had,
That's not
Oh,
adult.
goddammit.
I had
It's young adults
graduated
still,
by that
yeah.
point to like Christopher Pike, so I was reading Chain Letter.
That's
the Last
right, Christopher Pike is the step up.
and, I mean, yeah, he
This is just more R.L. Stein after Goosebumps.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Christopher Pike needs
So-
something to do because they're not making Star Trek movies.
Well, that was actually a ghostwriter.
Bury Me
Did you
Deep.
know
Do
that?
Christopher Pike's Bury Me Deep. I like that book. That's the only one of his I ever read.
Very mid-deep.
All right,
Yeah,
so
lots
that's
of
going to do
vampires.
it, guys, for our top 3 most anticipated of 2020. Let us know what your most anticipated are. Thank you very much for bearing with us.
Thank you for bearing with us.
If you guys enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe, and ding that notification bell to make sure you
Ding
don't
it.
miss other episodes going forward. If you're watching this then and you missed it, we did Fuego and I recorded a top 10 best and top 10 worst horror movies of 2019. So go back and watch those.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did. So, also, we did a awesome white elephant gift unwrapping for Christmas. So
It was so much fun.
it was so much fun.
Oh my
guys.
gosh, Susie, I loved what
you got like the
I
best
know.
gift.
I know.
Totally the best.
I know.
All right, so thanks very much for watching. Until next time, I've been Cecil
My
Laird.
birthday's January 10th, Susie Von Slaughter.
Gracias, having the Jaime and Fuego.
Marcia Parker.
PO box in the description, I guess. And remember, stay scared.
Ah.